Well, hello, BookTube. Hello, book friends. Welcome or welcome back to my channel and another video. This is a Tag Tuesday video. Today is Tuesday and I've been tagged by Pat at Book Chat with Pat. She has tagged me in the New Year, New Me book tag. Me and a lot of other people, it would seem. The tag was originally created by Kevin at Kevin Tao Reads, and he has come up with it's 8 prompts and then a tag prompt, so 9 prompts in total. And I will link to his video in the description and Pat's video as well, so you can go and watch their answers to the tag. So I've had a think. I've got a stack of books here just off camera, which you can't see yet, and I will go through the prompts and come up with I'll give you my answers. So prompt number 1, fears. What is the one book from your 2025 reading goals that scares you? There are a couple, and I've because one of the others that I would have picked for this, I've also picked for one of the other answers. So I'll talk about that one when I get to it. But one that scares me, and I've mentioned before, is this chunky beast, The Count of Monte Cristo, and I am making progress with this, but I'm taking it quite slow. It scares me because it's, what is it, 1,462 pages. And it is 1,462 pages, because that bit is the basically the contents pages, and then the rest of it is the book, the text of the book. So yeah, that kind of scares me, but I am enjoying it. I just need not to try and read it in bed and fall asleep, because if it came back and smacked me in the face, it would hurt. But yeah, so I'm making progress, just not very quickly. I need to really find the time to get into this, or keep doing what I'm doing, which is reading a few pages a day. So there we go. Excuse me. Prompt number 2, patience. What is the one book on your 2025 reading goals you want to start immediately? Well, to dig that out. It's The Hound of Baskervilles by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I'm rereading all of the Sherlock Holmes stories more or less in the kind of order that they were published, or published as collections. And I'm up to The Hound of the Baskervilles. But next month, February, is the reading event, Holmes is Where the Heart Is. And I want to take part in that, obviously, because it fits really well with my personal challenge as well as the event challenge. And this would be ideal read for the first prompt, which is to read a Holmes novel. That said, I could read another one. There's The Valley of Fear, which is the next one, so I could read that. But that's the one I really want. I really want to read it. It was a reread, not a read. And I want to read it now, not wait till February. But it's only a month away, and I've got plenty of other things to read. I could get on with The Count of Monte Cristo, couldn't I? Instead of reading that, yeah, right, okay. Moving on. Prompt 3, growth. What book last year pushed you to reflect and or grow as a reader? I've got my pile in the wrong order. This links to The Count of Monte Cristo. I read Dumas' The Three Musketeers for the first time last year, and again, it's quite a chunky book. Not as chunky as let me have a look. It is just over nearly 800 pages. So there's no reason why I can't read The Count of Monte Cristo, having read this, and I know I like Alexander Dumas' writing, so But yeah, this pushed me into reading Dumas for the first time as an author, and I really do want to read more of his work. I just need to get over my silly hang-ups about 1,400 plus pages, don't I, really? Yes. There's a theme emerging here. New paths. What is the one author you plan to try for the first time in 2025? Now, this is the other book that I nearly put in the for the fears prompt, question 1. So this is an author I plan to try for the first time this year. It's a very famous novel. It's another suitably fat. I was just looking to see if I could see how many pages it was. Another fat novel. And with tiny writing. Oh my god! I'm going to get my eyes tested on Wednesday because I can tell they're not as. I need new glasses. And I've just looked at this and think I'm glad I'm going to get my eyes tested because this is tiny writing. It's 964 pages, but it's like probably 9 point or 10 point text. Anyway, what is it? I haven't told you, have I? It's Leo Tolstoy's War and Peace. I really want to read War and Peace. Lots of people have, everybody says, oh, it's a boring, fat book. And then people who've actually read it really rate it. So I'm going to listen to the people who've read it and read it myself. But perhaps after I've come back from the opticians, because I'm going to need new glasses for that. I've lost my place. 5, self-care. What is one book and or series you revisit for comfort? There are quite a few, and I've done a whole video on comfort reads, which I'll put a thingy up in one of these corners to link to it. But Sherlock Holmes stories is one. I really enjoy, you can see them behind me, Dick Francis novels, Alistair MacLean novels, which are just out of shot. So either of those. I'm enjoying reading the Craig Thomas series. Again, I did a video about that. His books earlier in the week. I'll link to that. I've got quite a few that I fall back on. If I hit a reading slump or, I just want something that I know I'm going to enjoy, I get those books by those authors out anyway. So, question 6. Yes, Forging Ahead. What is your favourite debut book or first book in a series you read last year? I don't think I read any debut books, assuming you mean first novels or books by a particular author. I don't think I read any last year. I tend to read kind of old established authors for no particular reason. But I did start a series last year. I didn't start with the first book in that series, but it was Louise Penny's Inspector Gamache, can't remember how to pronounce that. I'll put a picture of the book. The book I started with was A World of Curiosities, which I think it's quite far into the series. But I've since read a number of others in the series, and I will go back to the beginning of that series and kind of read the first sort of few books as well. But yeah, the Louise Penny, it's also known as the Three Pines series, I think. So that series I read for the first time last year. I didn't start at the first book in the series. 7, goals. Do you have any specific reading goal or challenge for the year ahead? I think in some ways, my goal is not to have any goals. I don't like having I'm going to read X number of books. It doesn't work for me. because either I try and get to that number, whatever it is, as quickly as I possibly can, and I don't enjoy the books I'm reading quite so much. So my goal this year, if there is one, is to enjoy what I'm reading. I want to sort of take the time with books, not be, rushing to get somewhere or hit a particular target. I have a lot of reading challenges in different months, like Rocket Summer and Home is Where the Heart Is, and things like that I really want to take part in. But I want to do that just as part of my regular reading, and not do anything too specific. So yeah, I think that's my aim. I'm a bit I'm a Goodreads user, and I'm a bit disappointed with the way they've revamped their reading challenge. I used to use that just to log my books along with I've got a little, well, this is full now because this is 3 years worth of books that I've read. So I've got a new notebook that I write everything in. But I used to use Goodreads as a kind of fallback digital, and also because it linked to Kindle and would, every time I finished a book on my Kindle, it would automatically update that. But they've revamped that now, and it's very much about, read a book in January, read a book in February, read 10 books, read 20 books, read this book, read a book on this list. And I'm just like, no, I don't want to do that. I just wanted you to record the books I was reading, and also they've changed the way it does it, so it doesn't work for me anymore anyway. So yeah, I'm not a big one for goals, as you may have gathered. Breaking Walls bonus. Do you have a non-book related goal for 2025 you wish to share? I have a book adjacent goal. Does that count? Doesn't quite involve any breaking of walls, but it does involve decorating a few. We've got some decorating to do in the house, and the book adjacent bit of it is one of our spare rooms. We are kind of slowly turning into a library, and in order to do that, we need to finish decorating other rooms because it's got stuff in it that isn't library related. So yeah, that's kind of a a book adjacent goal, let's say, because otherwise all the books and things will stay in boxes and won't get onto shelves. So that's the plan. Get some wallpaper on the wall at some point in the near future. Number 9, teamwork. Tag others. I will tag a few people in the description below. I think I might end up inadvertently tagging people that have already been tagged. So apologies if that is you and you get a notification that somebody else has tagged you for the same thing. But yeah, so that's it, I think. If you've got any questions about any of that, pop a comment down below. And if you have been and you've got this far, thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon. Take care now. Bye bye.